Hey, Cinemark fans, Dave Rispoli here. Insidious is back and scarier than ever, and I'm here to talk with the cast and the team behind Insidious, The Red Door. And Jason, can you talk to me a little bit about Patrick Wilson now coming on as a director and what that journey was like and what that decision was like?
Yeah, well, I knew Patrick would be able to kind of get the original gang back together. So I was also, which he was able to do. So I was also really excited about that. Both of us had a terrific experience working with Patrick on the movie, and I think he did a great job.
You know, it just felt natural that that Patrick was going to continue his story from the first two films, and that meant that Patrick would kind of go out and put the family unit back together, if you will, and that's exactly what he did, and it just felt like it was the right story for Patrick to tell. Patrick's a really smart guy. He thinks a lot about characters. As an actor, that means the world to him. About his characters and about the family that he is in the first movie, and so seeing him wanting to continue that story and wanting to sort of explore sort of what's happening next with Dalton, his son, and himself from where they left off at the end of the second movie was very exciting for me. So it was really cool to kind of, at least for me, to see it come, full circle, even though I didn't direct this one, but it was great to see that it was Patrick that stepped in and kind of wrapped up that storyline, that family story.
I just knew that if I was going to do it, that it had to be something that I was very personally passionate about. So I wanted to make the story something more that I could relate to. In a strange way, I basically just said, listen, if I'm gonna do this, this is the kind of movie I'd wanna make. I'd wanna have Rose, we'd need this scene, I'd need this, I'd wanna do this, I'd wanna have it, put him in art college, let's change to an art college, I'd want this kind of actress instead of another actor to work with him, And they said, sure, yeah, let's go. And then I said I wanted to shoot it at home, New Jersey. They said, yes, we're in. So I was already from a position of them being very welcoming, comforting, and knowing that they could both have the core of the franchise from many years ago, but also wanting to give it new life. So it just seemed like a perfect fit.
You're in the art school, I take it?
Yeah. You go here too?
Yes.
Draw an experience that defines you.
When I was 10, I was in a coma. But I don't even remember being sick.
Sink deep into your memory and let's see what light can find.
Ty, I'm wondering what your experience was like to have Patrick playing your father and playing director. What was that dynamic like?
I've worked with Patrick my entire life. The first time I worked with him was even before the first Insidious movie when I was 3 years old. And just having him throughout my life in little moments in and off of set has been great. And to bring that to an actor-director relationship is amazing, because I feel like my best performances come out of when I trust my director full-heartedly and I'm able to communicate with him. And Patrick and I just have that, relationship, and I really think that it made an amazing probably one of my best performances. And on top of that, just with all the history we have, like that father-son dynamic on screen comes very naturally, so.
Sinclair, it seemed like throughout all of the scariness, there was a lot of fun being had on screen. I wonder what the experience was like filming this.
I had a lot of fun. I think that I felt so lucky that my character was always looking for the fun in a situation because, we're making a horror movie. What's more fun than that? So it was really fun. And I actually think it's harder almost to do what you were doing the whole time. We're having a great time. And then you have to be like, I'm having a bad time. Whereas I'm like, I'm having a great time. So it was, it was great. It was great to be able to play that type of a character in this type of a movie.
I felt like this movie had so many good jump scares. For you, what goes into a good jump scare?
I know that the movie hangs on those. It's like when you go see an action movie. If the action isn't good, why are you here? So I knew that I needed to create some really interesting scares and some really different kinds of jump scares. And so because I didn't just want to try to match the demon behind my shoulder. It's not going to happen. So I wanted to really push myself. I wanted to go in the daytime. I wanted to, use different techniques. I wanted some more tonal stuff that was just less about boo and more about, oh, this is really uncomfortable and gross. So I just wanted a variety of it. I wanted to keep the audience guessing.
Yeah, well, I would say you definitely succeeded. I'm now like Dalton. I sleep with a nightlight. So thank you, Patrick. Folks, if you want to be on the edge of your seat and scared constantly, you need to see the Insidious The Red Door by getting your tickets at Cinemark.com.
I feel like I'm getting closer to something, or something's getting closer to me.